Hi, welcome again. This video is the continuation of the previous video, and all of the problems of this video will be based on the week 4 lab guide. So let's have a look. The first exercise, which says write a program that will echo the content of the file if the file exists. So before I start writing the code, let me first explain the code that we have here in the lab guide. The first line is just giving the direction that the bash terminal will be used. However, it is still optional. The next, you can see the if statement. So if, and as we have discussed in the lecture, that we can use test or we can use third bracket. If we use third bracket, then if third bracket space and minus f. So this flag f actually it will look for a file whether it exists or not, and then $1. So you can understand that when we will execute, or when a user will execute this script, the user will also pass an argument, and that argument is actually the name of the file. And this condition actually what it will check, whether the file that has been passed as the first argument, which has been saved in variable 1, uh, exists or not. If it exists, then this will return true, and in that case this two line will be executed. So in that case it will do then $1 found, that means the file name found, and then it will also display the content of the file. Else it will echo not found. So let's go back to the Ubuntu and terminal, and let's create this file. So I start with vi, and let's give it name as a week 4, say exercise 1, enter. So once I entered this command, a temporary file named week 4 exercise 1 has been created. The file is not saved yet, and it is in command mode now. In order to start entering or editing or typing in this file, we need to press I in the keyboard. So we switch to the insertion mode, and we say if third bracket minus f $1. It has to be within the double quote, I believe. Yes. So let's okay, space third bracket, enter. So that means if the file that has been supplied as the first argument exists or not. If it is true, then echo $1 is found. And then we also would like to display the content of the file. So we say cat $1. Else we say echo $1 is not found. And then we have to finish the if. So if started here, and then okay, so if started here and if finished here. So we want to go back to the command mode, so you press escape on the keyboard and then :X, so this will save and exit. If I do ls to see the list of the files, so I can see w4 week 4 exercise 1 is here. We put chmod and 755 to w4 exercise 1, enter, ls, so you can see it becomes now executable. So I pass this, and then say I give the name of the file test file, so test. So you can see it says first test file is found, and then also it displays the content of that file. Now if I run the same thing with a file name which does not exist in this directory, then it should return that test file 2 is not found. Let's go to the exercise 2 now. So exercise 2 is again another example of using if, and this time both with third bracket and test as well. Now the question is, write a script that will determine whether the given argument is positive. So let's have a look on the code first, and let's try to understand it line by line, and then we'll go and do the coding and we'll run it. So the first thing in the first line, it is checking that if $hash equals to 0. Now what is hash here? $hash is a variable which contains the number of arguments that has been passed when the script was executed. So that means if a user, while executing the script, if the user passes, for example, 3 arguments, then the value of the $hash will be 3. So the purpose of this condition is first to check that whether any argument has been passed or not. If it is equals to 0, that means the user has not given any argument, and in that case the condition will be true, and the program will tell that you must give supply 1 integers, and then it will exit. If $hash is not equals to 0, that means an argument is supplied, one or more than one argument is supplied, so it will go here, and then it will check the first argument is greater than 0. If the first argument is greater than 0, then it will print echo $1 number is positive, else it will print echo $1 number is negative, and F5. So let's go back to the terminal and start coding. So we name it as a y week 4 underscore exercise 2. To start entering, we press I in the keyboard. If $hash equals to 0, then echo, we just say the usage that echo, okay, so echo $0. This $0 contains the name of the script. You need to provide 1 integer value as argument, and then we say exit 1 F5. Okay. So if no argument is passed, it will give this message and it will exit. Otherwise, it will come in this segment, and we test again. If this time we show the example of using test. If test, and we check the first argument value, so $1 greater than 0, then echo $1 is positive, else echo $1 is negative, and we finish F5. Okay, so let's save and exit, and as the same thing again, press escape to switch to the command mode, and then :X. This will save and exit. Change the mode, give 755 to week 4 exercise 2, and then let's run it. If I don't pass any argument, it will say, if I don't pass any argument, it say you need to provide 1 integer, and if I pass an argument, and if it is positive it will say positive, if it is negative it will say negative. Let's look at the exercise 3. Okay, in the exercise 3 says write a shell script that will add two numbers, and these numbers will be supplied as command line argument, and if these two numbers are not given then it should show error, and it should also say that how the number should be entered. So it is easy again, but let's have a look on the code first and let's explain line by line. So it will check $hash not equals to 2. That means first it checks whether there is two arguments is passed or not. If anything less other than 2, that means if two arguments are not passed, then the condition will be true and it will say that okay, usage age is the name of the script and then the two variables. So this program will run or continue only if two arguments are passed. So if this is not true, that means two arguments are passed, so it will come here and you can see echo double quote sum of $1 and $2 is, and then you can see expression. Remember, this is not a single quote, this is backtick. Again, I'm telling this is not a single quote, so often you make the mistake that you put single quote and this is not executed in that case as an expression, rather it is printed as a string. So you must have to put backtick, and anything within the backtick will be again executed. Okay, so within the backtick then expression $1 plus $2. So what will happen, it will print sum of the value of $1 and value of $2 is, and actually it will do the summation. So let's go back to the terminal and let's test this code. So I name it as week 4 exercise 3. So I start with if $hash not equals to 2, then we'll print echo usage $0 x and not x and y, x space y. X space y where x and y are two integer values. Okay, and then we will exit. The condition is finished. So this will be run if the number of arguments is other than 2. If the number of arguments is 2, then this condition will not be true and it will jump in here. Okay, and here we will print echo the sum of $1 and $2 is. Now we are going to put the expression. So you use backtick expression $1 plus $2 backtick finish and our double quote finish. Okay, so let's escape and colon X. So this will save and exit. Change the mode to 755 week 4 exercise 3 and let's run it. So if I, for example, run with one argument, it should tell me that usage is xy, that means two arguments. If I pass two arguments, it will tell me the sum of 7 and 5 is 12. If it is, for example, 10, 22, then it is 32, and so on. Now I will finish this video. I don't want to make this video too long because then it becomes difficult to upload. In the next video, I will demonstrate the other exercises. Exercises number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Thank you.